This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Don Brennan, along with John Scalzi, and Stephanie Roberts will join us in about an hour. But, I don't know about you, but I was sleeping, so I missed all the hubbub about this fireball in the sky.
Totally slept through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah, somebody asked me, did you see the fireball last night? I said, I saw the back of my eyelids. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty it, yeah. Apparently, we've created quite a little stir. I mean, we had several people call into the station about it. So.
One or two, sure.
Yeah, so something was going on up there. That's kind of neat. Today, we'll see a lot of sunshine around, though, that's for sure. Nothing in the way of any kind of radar echoes across our region. It is dry as a bone once again. Another cool start to the day when we'll top it out much warmer than we are right now. 48 degrees Sarasota, 41 degrees in Bradenton, 50 down in Venice. The forecast high today will call for temperatures about 3 or 4 degrees warmer than yesterday. Plenty of sunshine around and a little rain chance. Donnie?
Thank you, John. That's the only fireball I saw. That big sun up there yesterday. Now, taking a look at traffic, everything's moving along nicely. No issues or delays in Manatee County or in Sarasota County. As you head down into Sarasota, nothing is doing there either. So it's, right now, not a lot of volume. And a lot of people have left town already for the Thanksgiving holiday. And schools are off, except in Sarasota. Manatee and Charlotte County schools are off. Now, topping our news this morning, a fireball from a meteorite plummeted from above the Gulf of Mexico overnight, surprising people right here on the Suncoast and actually all across Florida. And ABC 7 meteorologist Josh Stone reports to have seen it around 11 o'clock last night. He says he hadn't seen anything like it before, commenting that it looked as bright as the sun. Chief meteorologist Bob Harrigan continued to monitor reports throughout the night, taking to social media with the latest, and many of you responded with stories of shaking windows, rattled doors, and even freaked out pets. Karen Boyer writes, I heard a loud boom and it felt like something hit nearby the house around 11:20. Wow. Gustav Viermeyer writes, I saw it. I thought it was the end of the world for a brief second. It looked like it was coming directly towards me. Then it disappeared. And Jacqueline Bevan writes, my dad said he saw it while walking his dog. I thought he was just seeing a light from the airport. He said it lit up the whole sky. And if you experienced the fireball last night, we want to hear your story too. So let us know what happened. You can find us and post a comment on our Facebook page, or just let us know at mysuncoast.com. Now, John, neither one of us saw it because obviously we were sleeping.
We did not. I suppose we should mention too, correct me in my ear if I'm wrong about this, but the photo you saw was a stock photo and not a picture of the actual.
It wasn't something that
yeah, we don't actually have a picture of what
I
occurred
mean,
last night.
Everybody saw it, but they didn't know it was coming.
In.
Right. Nobody knew it was coming. Right. Now, what exactly was it?
Well, a little correction. It didn't come from a meteorite because a meteorite is a meteor that's hit the ground. Okay. So it's what you pick up and you put in your collection if you have one. Right. But it was apparently an exploding meteor is what lights up the sky like that. You get ice and frozen carbon dioxide contained within some of these meteors, and when they come through the atmosphere, like a shot from a bullet, they heat up, and that creates steam inside the rock, and it explodes. And when it explodes, you get that flash. If it's a really big meteor, then you get, the kinds of things that we have seen in other parts of the world, where it shatters windows all around the area and levels trees and things like that. I mean, big, serious damage can be done by some of these, but that one apparently was a small one. Probably, I would guess about the size of maybe a quarter or a fist.
Wow.
Yeah, that's small.
And that's what it did. We could see it all over.
Yeah. I wish I'd been there. I wish I'd seen
it too. Yeah. Pretty amazing stuff.
Why didn't you call me?
I did telepathically.
That's right. Anyway.
All right.
If you have a photo, send it in, though, because we'd love to see them.
Definitely. Thank you, John. All right. Also causing plenty of fervor and discussion on the Suncoast this morning, the oldest and perhaps the most controversial shopping center in the city of Sarasota, the Ringling Shopping Center. ABC 7's Ray Collins was at a City Hall meeting where city commissioners spoke about the future of the plaza, and Ray has this story.
Life continues to go on around the Ringling Shopping Center, but inside the plaza, well, there's a lot of parking. Besides a busy hardware store and a place for a nearby car dealership to store its trucks, this once thriving plaza that was built in 1955 has become a place that time has forgotten. Since Publix pulled out and moved around the corner 10 years ago, One by one, other stores have fallen by the wayside. Developers wanted to put a Walmart in here, but opposition from neighbors helped cause the city to vote that down 3-2 back in 2013. Sam Stern thought that was a mistake by commissioners.
I mean, this plaza's been empty for a long time. I think Walmart would have brought, made it be much better than what they have right now.
Not everyone agreed.
Well, the idea of a big box super Walmart or even a little Walmart at that location isn't the kind of new urbanism, mixed use, neighborhood sensitive planning this city needs and the neighborhoods want.
Dan Lobeck was among those at City Hall Monday night to watch as commissioners discussed the future of the Ringling Plaza. As part of a reported legal settlement agreement with Walmart developers, the city discussed changing the comprehensive plan and rezoning these 9 acres to more of a mixed-use residential and commercial development, and that could include over 200 condos.
All of downtown has become a condo corridor.
Margie Meyer doesn't think the city needs more condos, but she is glad to hear there is finally some possible movement in this otherwise ghost town. She thinks it's a shame it's come to this point.
But it'll be renovated. Something good will come.
Nothing is planned right now, but some say developers are on the sidelines waiting until zoning is changed. Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And speaking of coming changes on the Suncoast, the Federal Highway Administration is signing off on a project to install roundabouts at 5 intersections in Manatee County. The project by the Florida Highway Patrol is set to begin with Tallahassee Road and run along 301 to 41. The roundabouts will be at 49th, 51st, 57th Avenue East, as well as Whitfield and Tallahassee Roads. Now, construction is expected to begin by 2022, and it'll include a 3-lane roadway with improved street lighting, bike lanes, sidewalks, and bus stop facilities. Now, our government leaders manage development on the Suncoast over the next 20 years is a big concern for many locals. This morning, in our ongoing series, Suncoast 2037, we're looking at the balance of preserving our environment and quality of life while at the same time accommodating the growing population. Dan Lobeck, who we just heard from, the founder of Control Growth Now, says it's important that city and county commissioners listen to the people's wishes and not just the big developers.
Life would be better, good, or it could be worse. We could have insufferable traffic gridlock, environmental degradation, harm to our neighborhoods, and higher taxes. Or we could avoid all that if the politicians do what's right for the people and not just their campaign contributors in the development industry.
Remember, you can find dozens of Suncoast 2037 stories on our website, everything from development to traffic, both on the islands and inlands and our beaches. Just log on to mysuncoast.com. Florida is on track to set a tourism record this year. Tourists continue to pour into Florida throughout the summer and early fall, despite fears that visitors would stay away from the state in the aftermath of a mass shooting and warnings surrounding the Zika virus. Governor Rick Scott announced that 85 million tourists visit the state during the first 9 months of this year, and that's the highest 9-month total ever, and is on pace to set a record total for the entire year. One of the agencies that promotes tourism and business on the Suncoast is changing its leadership team. The Greater Sarasota Chamber of Commerce promoting Brittany Lamont to vice president. Lamont started her career at the Chamber in 2010 as an intern, and her most recent role was the Director of Communications and Events. In her new position, Lamont will manage the membership team responsible for new sales, retention, communication, and events. And teachers and aides, bus drivers, and cafeteria workers in Sarasota County and the school district will be seeing a pay raise as the school board and the Sarasota Classified Teachers Association have reached an agreement for a new contract. Under the agreement, school staff will receive a retroactive 4% raise going back to July 1st. The annual starting salary for a teacher with a bachelor's degree will now be $42,000 a year. The final agreement must be ratified by the employees before it takes effect. They'll vote on the agreement in mid-December. It'll then go before the school board in January. And first responders are speaking out about the growing heroin epidemic. A new test developed by the medical examiner's office shows an increase in deaths related to synthetic fentanyl. Since the first of the year, variations of the synthetic fentanyl have been found in 8 fatal overdoses in Sarasota County and 38 fatal overdoses in Manatee County. The most lethal and most common is carfentanil, which is estimated to be 10,000 times more potent than morphine. The chief medical examiner says those synthetic forms of the drug can complicate the process for first responders.
The experience, which is very limited at this point, but the experience of our first responders is that when they do use Narcan, the amount that they're used to seeing a response with in, say, more typical overdose patients with heroin or even fentanyl is just not, it's not being effective with the carfentanil patients.
The medical examiner also identified cocaine as an increasingly common cause of death, often in combination with fentanyl. In Northport, a family has been arrested, accused of trying to sell drugs in front of 2 children. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies say Rebecca Dickman and her estranged husband Richard Dickman and her son Taylor Van Gundy met detectives last week on South Tamiami Trail to sell them OxyContin pills. Now, deputies say the Dickmans' 2 children were in the car at the time of the alleged sale, and all 3 faced drug charges. The Dickmans also faced child neglect charges. And Sarasota police officers are teaming up with the community to try and locate the owner of a lost dog that they found yesterday on Old Bradenton Road. Officers are asking for your help in identifying this dog, who was found wearing a collar but had no tags on. He appears to be a Golden Lab mix. Animal Services says the dog does have a microchip but is not registered in Sarasota County. If you know who this dog belongs to, you are asked to call the Sarasota Sheriff's Office Animal Services as soon as possible. And mayors from across the Suncoast are coming together today as well. They're gathering at the Mount Carmel Community Center to hand out meals for Thanksgiving. It's all thanks to the mayor's Feed the Hungry food drive. This month in Sarasota and Manatee counties, food was gathered specifically to support this event. Doors to the center opened this morning at 11 o'clock. Another gathering filled with food and spirit of giving, the pre-Thanksgiving feast at the Robert L. Taylor Community Complex. Tonight, members of Grace Community Church will be gathering at the complex, handing out free meals to whoever needs one. Now, they welcome locals to come celebrate this Thanksgiving season with them from 5 to 8 tonight and enjoy the festivities and, you know, give thanks to everything we have. There you go.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. You know, it is
It's always a good idea to give thanks. When you give thanks, you feel better.
Exactly. You know, it really is true that giving makes you feel better than
True.
actually getting. Although I like to get, but giving always makes me
Thanks.
gives you an inner peace.
Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. Absolutely.
Yes.
To remember to give thanks for things is an important thing in life.
It's a great thing.
It's also great turkey.
And a good nap afterwards.
And a good nap afterwards. We have some beautiful weather shaping up for us today. We'll talk about that forecast in a sec.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Linda Carson taking us to a community with a rich history of early development of Sarasota, and also just in time for the holidays, European City lights up the night. It wasn't a fireball. I'll tell you more about that coming up.
Google GoWildHonda.com. Lease a CRV for $219 during Wild's final clearance. Just $219 and 0 down. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Why wait until the turkey has left you feeling tired? The Black Friday sales event has already started at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough enough to help you conquer whatever the day may throw your way with all the technology and comfort you'd find in a luxury vehicle. Right now, get over 20% off. That's up to $15,000 off a new Ram 1500. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Google GoWildHonda.com. Lease a Civic for $179 during Wild's final clearance. Just $179 and 0 down. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda, Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at an air temperature that again comes in kind of cool out there, no doubt about that, thanks to that low dew point value at 39. You know, yesterday afternoon we had a dew point value in the 20s, upper 20s. That is just really unusual for the state of Florida. For a peninsula to see a dew point value in the 20s. So that was some delightfully dry air. Actually, a lot of people I would think might think that a little too dry. You know, the skin gets a little dry and maybe the nasal passages kind of dry out a little bit. Anyway, we're going to see that dew point value continue to rise, I think, as we head into the next several days. Temperature at 48. It'll be warmer tomorrow, I promise you. The reason is we're going to develop more of an easterly wind flow that's going to bring some more moisture in here. The moisture has a big impact on nighttime temperatures, and that's visible by looking at the spread of temperatures across the region. If you're close to the coast, close to the water, you know, you're in the 50s. You got 50 degree in Venice, 51 in Inglewood, 55 Longboat Key. Sarasota comes in a little cooler at 48, but almost 50. And then you get away from the water, and obviously 44 degrees in Arcadia, Mayaca, Parrish, Bradenton's at 44, 46 degrees in Northport, 39 degrees in Punta Gorda. So as we get more moisture into the atmosphere, I think we'll see more and more temperatures that'll be closer to the 50 degree to 60 degree mark as we head into the next several days. It gets warmer every day. Titan radar not showing anything around the state of Florida. Obviously, the air way too dry for that. There's no kicker in the atmosphere to support any kind of lift. And aside from that, the air is too dry, even if there was some lift, to produce much more than some fair weather clouds. So we are looking at very pretty driving conditions for your morning commute. Couple of big storms to talk about. One, the one that dumped all the snow in upstate New York and down East Maine, is exiting, moving out into the Canadian Maritimes. High pressure building in along the eastern seaboard. The next big storm, moving out of the Rockies, will continue on a path that'll take it closer and closer to us before it dumps a lot of snowfall for parts of western Great Lakes and produces some pretty big thunderstorm activity along its cold front from anywhere from the northern Gulf Coast all the way up into areas of the Ohio Valley the day before Thanksgiving tomorrow. So watch for that if you're going to be traveling to those locations. Could be some airport delays. You might want to factor that in. The front itself will eventually move through here probably on Friday. Bit warmer today, lots of sunshine, no rainfall, and even when that front moves through, you're hardly going to notice it, other than it's going to continue to bring us beautiful, fair weather over the next several days. Titan radar shows that easterly wind flow may be kicking up a few clouds and slinging them back in our direction. I don't think we'll see much in the way of rainfall. I think it's a little overdone there for Thursday. I think we'll stay dry on Thanksgiving. And just a few fair weather clouds. Our frontal boundary will come through dry as well, so I'm not putting much rain in the forecast. There's our area of disturbed weather, now a newly named tropical storm. Tropical storm Otto continues on a track that takes it pretty close to Nicaragua as a perhaps hurricane, certainly dumping a lot of rainfall, creating mudslide potentials for that Central American country. Otherwise, it'll have no impact whatsoever on our weather anywhere in the United States. Northeast wind at 10 knots today, light chop. And the official Suncoast forecast calls for fine weather right into the weekend with a 80-degree daytime high temperature on Turkey Day. Little turkey there just doing the happy dance because of the beautiful weather. And then as we head into the weekend, a series of little fronts kind of keep our temperatures in the 70s. Don?
Thank you, John. Taking a look at the roadways. Everything is free and clear in Manatee County. Everything's looking good. Not a lot of volume, not a lot of people on the roadways, but those who are moving along nicely without any problems. Sarasota County is looking good for the most part, at least northern Sarasota County. As you move down through the county in Northport, there is a car that has stalled on I-75 southbound. That's at Sumter Road or mile marker 182. And that's I-75 southbound, a stalled vehicle, so be aware of that. May cause some problems as volume picks up. Now, while driving through the area, you may be surprised how many unique neighborhoods we have, and often they're very different from the neighborhood right next door. ABC7's Linda Carson joins us now with a place we call home.
Tahiti Park is just off US 41.
I'm 3 houses from Tamiami, and you would have no idea that we're in this little park setting.
It is a park setting. Tahiti Park has a pond, huge old trees, lush vegetation, and is bordered by Whitaker Park, the Sarasota Bay, and the Whitaker Bayou.
We love our neighborhood because it's the canopy tree entrance. I think that's one of the things you'll find that everybody says when they come here is, you know, they drive in from 41 and they drive in and all of a sudden there's this tunnel of trees and everybody always remarks, wow, this is so beautiful. I didn't know this neighborhood was back here.
Ancient Indians once lived here.
We have the Indian middens, which are right over here, which are, 1,000 years old. And then we have over on the bayou, which was where Whitaker lived, which is the first official citizen of the city of Sarasota.
Maybe means great-grandfather Sidney Clark bought his land from Whitaker.
My great-grandfather settled in this neighborhood in the early 1900s, had a house on the point of the bay in Whitaker Bayou.
It was very different back then.
When my great-grandfather moved here, it was very sparse. There were no other houses in the area, and there were chickens living in the road and lots of mosquitoes.
Her great-grandfather first owned the house that they live in now.
The house we're in was actually a wedding present to his daughter-in-law in 1926, Mimi's grandmother, who lived here until her death in the late 70s.
There's another historic house nearby.
There's a home over here on Sarasota Bay that was built in 1910, and it used to be a fish lodge where people would go and stay overnight before they would go out on the bay and go fishing.
The houses are vastly different from one another.
We have modern homes over here as well, newer homes that were built. One just across the street over here, Catty Corner, is a beautiful modern home. And I think it adds to the eclectic mix of our neighborhood. So this historic, the 50s, and then the very modern feel with the Sarasota School of Architecture. It all mixes well to make our great diverse neighborhood even stronger.
It's a small neighborhood, only 53 lots.
But we're a very strong neighborhood. We are all very different and diverse, but yet we still come together when we have neighborhood issues. It's very important. We look out for each other.
Tahiti Park was officially established as a neighborhood in 1947, and residents say from that day to this, it is a great place to call home. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
And still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Instagram rolling out some all new features for this holiday season. What live video options they're adding to help you interact with friends and family. We'll tell you that's coming up within the hour. And all you need to know about Black Friday deals and which ones are saving you money in the days to come, which ones may actually have you paying more. We'll tell you coming up.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Alex Karras Lincoln's holiday sales event is here. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
It's 5:26 as Facebook and drones are under serious scrutiny this morning. ABC's Kenneth Gibson and Diane Macedo have the details.
In today's Tech Bites, Facebook's first drone test flight coming under scrutiny from the federal government.
The NTSB is looking into the June flight after news that it crashed in Arizona. Facebook plans to use the drones to spread wireless internet around the world.
And you can now stream live video on Instagram. Start by swiping to the Live tab and clicking the Start Live Video button.
Friends can heart your video while it's happening, but just like Snapchat, those videos are then deleted once the broadcast is over.
Some funny videos there and some advice for Black Friday shoppers. The site Wallet Hub says Macy's and JCPenney will now be among the retailers offering the biggest discounts.
But if you'd rather just give a gift card, Wallet Hub says the 3 most popular are gift cards from Amazon, iTunes, or a Visa gift card.
But we also accept checks.
Or cash. Cash is fine.
those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Listerine.
Listerine kills 99% of bad breath germs. This is 100% useful for a 100% fresh mouth. Just ask Listerine users, the very people we studied in the study of Bo. People who are statistically more likely to stand up to a bully, do a yoga handstand, and be in a magician's act. Listerine kills 99% of bad breath germs so you can feel 100% in life. Bring out the Bo. Go to boldpercent.com to join the Bold Percent for the chance to win a trip of a lifetime.
There's only one egg that just tastes better, fresher, more flavorful, delicious, with more great nutrition and 25% less saturated fat. Only Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
At Ashley Home Store, shop Black Friday for the greatest sale in history. Save up to 25% on this sofa and this queen bed. Doorbusters like this recliner for just $199, or get 5 years no interest. The greatest sale in history going on now, only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. This hurricane season, turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts. And 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Batteries Plus bulbs keep stacks of batteries for cars, cell phones, watches, plus light bulbs for lamps, can lights, and appliances right on hand. Did I mention we also repair smartphones? Batteries Plus bulbs. Trust the plus. Visit Batteries Plus bulbs today.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, President-elect Donald Trump saying he now has a plan for his first 100 days in office. This as he's still sorting through candidates for his administration. Thanksgiving just 2 days away now, and if you plan on visiting family, we have some travel tips before you get on that plane, train, or automobile. And a suspect in a police shooting in San Antonio is behind bars as law enforcement around the country are on high alert after the violent weekend.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Don Brennan, along with John Scalzi. And Thanksgiving, to me, should be a relaxing holiday. I know everybody loves to travel. I don't like to travel. I like to take that long weekend. Like you said, get the day off, relax, eat turkey, give when you can to make yourself feel better. But travel is so stressful.
I think you're not alone.
Yes, but everybody still travels, including myself.
I swear, every time I've taken an airplane, the last dozen times, it seems like more often than not, there's some sort of delay or departure problem or arrival problem. Something going on that causes issues, or traffic to the airport or something.
Yes, that is the worst.
Yeah, so I get you. I feel you.
Well, we have some tips if you are traveling, John, so pay attention if you are traveling. We have some tips for you.
I am all ears.
All right.
We have across the region this morning some pretty nice travel weather for your commute. Not much in the way of any kind of rainfall across the entire area. In fact, no rainfall across the entire area. Dry as a bone out there. A little on the chilly side to start off your morning once again. 48 Sarasota, Bradenton at 41, Venice at 51. But we'll warm it up. Nice, I think, today to temperatures that'll be in the upper 60s, low 70s, something like that. In fact, probably a degree or two warmer than it was yesterday with a lot of sunshine around. And no rain in today's forecast. Complete forecast for Thanksgiving coming up in just a few, Don.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at the roadways, everything has been moving along nicely. Not a lot of volume on the roads, but that which is problem-free in Manatee County and Sarasota County for the most part as well. Northern Sarasota County, that is. As you get down into South Sarasota County, there was a disabled vehicle on I-75 southbound at mile marker 182, but it has either started and moved on or been towed away, so it's not a problem anymore. So not one problem on all Suncoast roadways at this point. Now, it's been 2 weeks since Donald Trump was named president-elect of the United States, and now for the first time he's laying out his agenda for the first 100 days in office. ABC's Janae Norman is breaking down those plans.
For the first time as president-elect, Donald Trump talking directly to the American people.
I've asked my transition team to develop a list of executive actions we can take on day one to restore our laws and bring back our jobs. It's about time.
Laying out plans for 6 key items to tackle when he takes over the White House in January, like withdrawing from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, the largest trade pact in the world.
A potential disaster for our country.
Instead, planning to negotiate fair trade deals and cancel restrictions on the production of American energy.
Creating many millions of high-paying jobs. That's what we want. That's what we've been waiting for.
In his first address, Trump straying from one campaign promise that ignited a firestorm.
We're going to build the wall. We're going to build the wall, folks. We're going to build the wall.
The president-elect backing off tough talk on his signature immigration issue to build a wall. No word of deporting millions of undocumented immigrants or restrictions on immigrants from some Muslim countries. But looking to make good on one promise, the Washington outsider saying he wants to impose a ban on executive officials looking to become lobbyists after leaving the administration. Steps Trump says will reform Washington and help rebuild the middle class. Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
And Trump is heading to his Palm Beach estate for Thanksgiving, Mar-a-Lago, and the Coast Guard is already setting up security zones. Starting this afternoon, boaters will need special permission from Port of Miami to enter, stop, or anchor in 3 zones over the next couple of days. Trump traditionally spends Thanksgiving in Palm Beach, which is home to his Mar-a-Lago resort. And lots of people will be traveling to and from the Sunshine State this week, and more than 2.5 million Floridians are expected to travel for the Thanksgiving holiday, and according to AAA, that's a 5% increase from last year. Even though airfares are 20% higher than last year, the number of people flying is also expected to increase. AAA reminds drivers traveling over the holiday to get their car checked out before hitting the road. Flat tires and dead batteries strand more travelers during the holiday season than any other reason.
Make sure you pack your patience when you get ready to go. Give yourself more time than you would need any other time of the year, because the airports are going to be busy, the roadways are going to be busy.
AAA says the 2 busiest travel days will be the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and the Sunday afterward, so plan accordingly. New details are emerging after a tragic school bus accident in Tennessee left many worried for the safety of students and several dead. The bus was transporting 35 young children to an elementary school when it crashed and turned upside down and wrapped around a tree. Authorities confirmed that 23 kids were injured. 6 now have died from the bus accident. 5 died in the accident and 1 later on in the hospital. Police are continuing to investigate the situation, but currently have the bus driver behind bars for vehicular manslaughter. He's being charged with 5 counts of, homicide, reckless endangerment, and reckless driving. One child who was there commented on the behavior of the driver.
He wasn't paying attention. He was going real fast, and we had hit a garbage bag, and we had hit a mailbox, and then we flipped over and hit a tree real hard.
Officials are saying the bus was the only vehicle in the crash, and a warrant has been issued to retrieve the black box with video camera evidence from the school bus crash site, and there are testing of his blood going on as well. And a manhunt is over in San Antonio this morning as the arrest of an alleged cop killer took place overnight. This after a devastating and dangerous weekend for police officers around the country, as 4 officers were shot while working in separate incidents in 3 different states. ABC's Elizabeth Herr has the details.
We made an arrest in the capital murder of Detective Benjamin Marconi. We arrested 31-year-old Otis Tyrone McCain.
Community members in San Antonio are dropping off flowers and leaving thank you notes for Detective Benjamin Marconi, shot and killed just outside police headquarters.
This is the person whose image we saw on surveillance. This is also the person we believe is responsible for the cold and calculated murder of Detective Marconi.
According to the San Antonio police chief, this is their suspect, caught on surveillance video at the police station Sunday morning, only to return hours later and allegedly open fire, hitting Marconi sitting in his patrol car twice in the head before driving away.
I was upset at the situation I was in. I lashed out at somebody that didn't deserve it.
You ever think he said it was family?
I'm sorry.
Marconi is one of 4 officers ambushed this weekend. In St. Louis, another officer, while sitting in his squad car, was shot twice in the face. In Florida and in Missouri, 2 more officers were shot and wounded during a traffic stop. All 3 are now home recovering.
In a statement, the Marconi family said they are mourning the loss of a wonderful father and a peace officer, and thank the community and the country for the outpouring of support. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
With all this negativity around, many are hoping the holiday season will bring some joy with it, as people all over the world wasting no time getting ready for some winter cheer. In Paris, the mayor, along with visiting international judo champion Terry Reiner, are launching a whole series of Christmas lights across the City of Light. You just look at them all and you see lining streets near the Champs-Élysées, and people in the area say this is not just a magical moment for France, but also for anyone visiting the area, as it's known to be one of the most beautiful avenues in the world at this time of the year. In the U.S., holiday shopping already underway as Black Friday approaches. According to AAA, November is the busiest time of the year for holiday shopping. 76% of Floridians say they'll start shopping before December. Holiday spending is expected to increase this year, with $655 billion expected in sales nationwide. Apparel tops the list for most purchased gifts in Florida, followed by gift cards, toys, jewelry, and then books, John. And I saw a lot of shoppers out yesterday. I stopped in for a little shopping myself, and I forget it was Thanksgiving week, and
oops,
it was pretty crowded.
I bet.
Yeah.
I didn't know AAA tracked that sort of thing. They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're all knowing that AAA.
Apparently so. We have across the region.
Except when scooters are involved.
No, I'm not saying. We have across the region some pretty decent weather for you today, I think. A little warmer than it was yesterday. A lot of sunshine out there. Mwah! We'll talk about the forecast in just a second.
All right, and after that, health news. Some heart conditions can sneak up on you no matter how young or old you may be. One ABC7 reporter learned this firsthand and shares how you can look out for the signs.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
My name's Emma. I am 15. I was bullied all through middle school. That's when I was diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and an eating disorder.
It's like I'm stuck. It's like impossible to move. And I just feel like people just will think I'm making it up.
You need to tell someone because people do care and you're not alone. I don't think depression makes me a bad person. I think it makes me stronger.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
Alex Karras Lincoln's holiday sales event is here. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Rich finishes, beautiful colors, and over 1,000 different fabrics and leathers to choose from. With Bassett Custom Furniture at Bacon's Furniture and Design. Get a quality-built Bassett Queen Sleeper with your choice of innerspring, gel, or Air Dream mattress, starting at only $9.99. Come in today, and we'll guarantee your Bassett Custom Furniture will be shipped before the holidays. With our complimentary design service, start designing, start loving. Only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperatures coming in very mild this morning at 48 degrees compared to yesterday when we even had some reports of temperatures in the 30s. So a little bit warmer. Still, I'm not going to tell you it's not cool out there. It certainly is, and many folks are running their heat this morning. Dew point values a little bit warmer this morning than they were 24 hours ago by about 5-6 degrees. Yesterday afternoon, they were down in the 20s, those dew points, so some very dry air is certainly filtered in, and that is going to allow for a rain-free sunny day today. Our temperatures will probably top out in the mid-70s. Northeast wind coming in at about 6. Now, tomorrow will be warmer still, and our nighttime lows are not going to be as cold tomorrow morning. That's because the effect of moisture. Moisture in the air tends to keep our nighttime temperatures a little bit warmer, and right now, there's not a lot of moisture in the air. You can see the effect of that moisture by looking at temperatures close to the coastline as opposed to temperatures that are inland. We've got 43 in Arcadia, 45 in Wauchula, Myakka at 44, 45 in Northport. Then you go along the coastline and you've got 54 Longboat Key, 50 in Venice, and 51 in Inglewood. So tomorrow, I think what we will start to see is a little bit of this Atlantic moisture begin to work its way across the peninsula and into our region. That's going to be the case over the next several days. We'll start to increase that moisture value, and instead of a northeast wind coming at us over a large stretch of land, we're going to get more of an easterly flow coming in over a much smaller chunk of real estate. So that it'd be a much more efficient transport mechanism for moisture. And our humidity values will increase. But no rain despite that. No rain this morning. There'll be no rain probably for the next 7 days. Not till probably next week. Next week we might have a chance at seeing some showers. High pressure, the dominant weather feature along the eastern seaboard, Gulf waters, peninsula, on up in, even building into down east Maine, where there was some very heavy snowfall up there. Especially upstate New York, you know, some of that lake effect snows, perfect conditions for lake effect snows yesterday. And some places got 20 inches of snowfall. So some pretty nice conditions, I would think, in some of these ski resorts in New York State right now. Low pressure area exits, and another low pressure area exits out of the Rockies. This one will develop into a pretty good snow producer for areas to the west of Denver, and then eventually build a line of showers that could contain some severe weather from the Ohio Valley all the way down to the North Gulf Coast. That'll be tomorrow afternoon and evening. So if you're traveling on that very busy travel day, there could be some airport delays because of that. Also, the western Great Lakes will get hit with some pretty good snow showers, too, in the northern tier. For us, I think we'll be enjoying fair weather once again. Today, a bit warmer, lots of sunshine, no rain. Now, over the next several days, with a wind shift occurring, we'll start to see that east wind bring a few more clouds our way. This model, I think, slightly overdoes the rain chance for us here. I don't think we'll see anything like that. But we will see the clouds around from time to time over the Thanksgiving holiday, but we stay dry until next week when another front comes through, and that one could be a stronger front. Northeast wind comes in at about 10 knots, gives you a light chop on your bay and inland waters, and the forecast through the weekend looks good. A big ridge of high pressure builds in. Temperatures warm to near 80 on Thanksgiving. And the next chance of rain will probably come Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Don?
Take a look at the roadways, the Thanksgiving holiday roadways, but right now everything is low stress because not a lot going wrong or going on. No issues or delays on Suncoast roadways in Manatee County. Sarasota County, too, is looking good. Any route you choose to take looks to be a good one this morning right now at 5:49. And, well, it's clear sailing. And remember, Charlotte schools and Manatee County schools are off all week. Sarasota County schools are in session now. The deadly effects of smoking have been public knowledge for more than half a century, though more than 42 million people still light up every day. Some say that's because it's incredibly difficult to stop smoking once you start, but new research is exploring more ways to stop. The study showed if you're looking to quit smoking, financial incentives might be your best bet. One program that worked had people deposit $150 with a promise that they'd get the deposit back plus $650 more if they stayed away from cigarettes. A little more than 52% of participants were able to quit. Other methods that have had proven results, prescription drugs and quitting with a partner. The jury is still out, though, on e-cigarettes, as researchers aren't sure if they help smokers quit or just fuel a new addiction. And cigarettes are the leading cause of preventable death in the country. Once smoking becomes a habit, it's incredibly difficult to stop. And studies have shown that up to 90% of people who try to quit will start smoking again. But there are some methods that have been scientifically proven to work, at least sometimes. There you go. Now, about heart danger, anyone could be facing the possibility, young or old. Recently, one of our own reporters here at ABC7 learned the hard way the heart can go haywire at any age for often unknown reasons. He wanted to share his story so others could know the warning signs. ABC7's Adam Cellini has the story.
Christopher Brantley is used to asking the questions in an interview.
Yeah, same spell, first and last, for the Snapchat.
That's so weird.
That is weird.
Christopher Brantley, ABC7.
He's also used to the same old roles: reporter, photographer, boyfriend, son. But now comes his toughest yet: patient.
Over the last 6 to 9 months, I've started to have more consistent chest pain where I knew something was wrong, I just didn't know what it was. I thought it was indigestion.
What it was supraventricular tachycardia, a long name for a delicate problem. That feeling of indigestion was the heart working twice as hard to deliver blood to the rest of the body, caused by faulty electrical systems in the organ. Patients may feel dizziness, chest pains, and a noticeable spike in the heart rate even while resting.
I'm laying in bed and my chest was pounding and it was hot, and I couldn't breathe very well.
If left unchecked, frequent episodes can cause blood clots and, in worse cases, heart failure. Mother Stephanie Foster thinks it's something her son has dealt with since he was a teen.
He would say his chest hurt, or I'm not feeling right, or my heart's beating really fast.
But Foster would write them off as anxiety or malnutrition.
A lot of excuses, only because I didn't want to hear that it could be his heart.
Then Christopher began fainting in the middle of his workdays. But when the family consulted doctors, they only heard more of the same.
It's kind of disturbing to get this diagnosis so at this point, after so many years of trying to find out what's going on with him.
Cardio-electrophysiologist Dillip Matthews says it's all too common among his patients with this disorder. One the American Heart Association says is the most common type of arrhythmia in children.
It's quite common that many of my younger patients have been put on antidepressants and anxiolytics, where in fact their primary problem was a heart rhythm condition.
When the family finally did see a cardiologist, the news came as a shock.
To have the results the next day prove conclusively that there was something wrong, that was pretty scary.
That's a surreal moment when they tell you that your child's heart doesn't beat right.
At this point, the tachycardia was happening too frequently, and months of medication could not stop it. Christopher would have to go under the knife.
The worst thing I wanted to hear was the word surgery.
Adam Cellini, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Coming up at 6, we have an exclusive access inside the operating room to see how technology is changing the way doctors heal a heartbeat, and see how it works, and also if the delicate procedure left Christopher even more brokenhearted. We'll tell you coming up. Stay with us, more news coming up right now.